Hi, everyone. So, tomorrow, as I'm taping this, tomorrow we have a new moon in Pisces. And it's not super relevant that the new moon is in Pisces, but I thought I would mention that. But the point is, there's going to be a new moon. And when there's a new moon, it's a perfect time to manifest in the things that we want, to use the moon energy in order to bring in our intentional manifestations. So I thought we would do a spread for what are we manifesting, because we're always manifesting whether we know it or not. We are constantly bringing things into our world, and it's generally the things that we believe or the things that we focus on that we're bringing into our world. So, with that said, I'm also getting an energy of it feels like as a whole collective, we have been going through a lot of challenges. And for some of us, these challenges have been going on for years, or at least very long times. And I feel like part of the problem is our intuition has been blocked. And in order to solve these challenges, in order to push through and put the final pieces of the puzzle together, in order to do that, we're really being called to use our intuition, which is another good reason to use the energy of the moon. It's a very intuitive time for us to really capitalize on this new moon. So I want to start by rolling an Astro House dice to see which area of our life we should be focusing on for these manifestations. So we ended up with the fifth house. And the fifth house is about the things that we create. It's really our creative efforts. Sometimes it can be about love, but generally this is the things that we create and bring out into the world and perhaps even present to humanity as a whole. So I'm going to read it as such, that this is about our creativity and that perhaps we've been blocked with our intuition and our creativity because they're all sort of ruled by that same type of Empress energy where you're manifesting, you're expanding, you're bringing things out into the world, you're intuiting, and that may be what's blocked and what we need to really bring in. So let's start with one ancestor message to see if our ancestors have something that they want to tell us, something that we have overlooked. This is exactly what I was talking about. The card that I pulled says one problem after another. This is exactly what I mean. These challenges that feel like they have been going on for some of you for years. And it seems like as soon as you solve one problem, another one pops up. It's like that whack-a-mole game, that as soon as you get one down, then another one pops up or three more pop up. And you're constantly feeling like you have to pull your armor out or battle with someone or something. And I think, again, there is this need. We're really being called to use our intuition in order to solve these problems. So let's see. So this all kind of tracks with what I was thinking. The Hermit flipped out. So let's take note of that Hermit energy and see if the Hermit pops back out. But the Hermit is generally someone who's doing a lot of soul searching, someone who really does use their intuition. So that's a good sign too. That could be our advice. But let's keep going and see what else the tarot wants to say. So there's the Hierophant, Three of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is interesting, but let's talk about it. Five of Cups underneath, Seven of Cups, the World, Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles. Underneath everything is Judgment. The Judgment card is a very important card in the sense that when you have a spiritual awakening, you are faced with a choice. You can either follow that call that you know you're being called to, or you can ignore it and you can stay in your 3D material world and just exist there and exist in a more condensed and small way. The other thing about the Judgment card is that it's generally a test. You are being tested, and I believe you're being tested right now, which is what we're talking about, which is why these problems keep popping up, because the universe feels like you haven't quite gotten it yet. that you haven't had quite the passing grade just yet on this test that you are being tested. So, and generally, because I'm seeing fives here, I see the Five of Pentacles and I see the Five of Cups. And this is the energy that you're manifesting in, which tells me that you're probably in somewhat of a lack mentality. And as long as you remain in a lack mentality, the universe is going to continue to give you problems. Not to mention, we rolled the number 5, and the 5 is all about changes. The 5 is all about the universe taking you out of your comfort zone of the 4s and making you very uncomfortable with the energy of the 5s. The 5 of Pentacles is uncomfortable. The 5 of Cups is uncomfortable. The universe is doing that to you on purpose because they want you to understand what the lesson is, that to wake up and listen to the call, and that change is good, and embrace that, because these changes that the universe is providing for you in the form of one problem after another is your test, and it is your spiritual growth. That is your opportunity to grow. So, but the reality is you are experiencing one problem after another, and you are certainly being tested and squeezed a bit by the universe with all of these problems and challenges. And again, like I was saying when I first sat down, it feels like for some of you, this has been going on for years. So let's unpack these cards one at a time here. In your challenge position, you have the Hierophant. So it may be that you are getting bad advice from someone, that there may be a need for you to break some kind of patterns that you have with people, maybe cutting cords with people who you feel are negative or leading you down the wrong path. Some healing certainly needs to be done when the Hierophant is in the challenge position. And there's almost this need for you to just rewrite or rewire the way that you think about something. And that could be, I'm getting strongly with these 5s, that could be your lack mentality, or the fact that you think something that might not be true anymore. So, for example, you could be thinking that I have to do everything by myself and nobody helps me. And that might not actually be true. It might be, but this is just an example. They might not actually be true. It might be that you're so used to being the one to do everything, and maybe people around you are helping, but they're doing it in a different way, that you're not recognizing that there are people around you helping. That is just one example of what I mean by a lack mentality, that you might be stuck in one way of thinking, and you could be getting bad advice, is really coming through strongly with this Hierophant. And with the 3 of Swords being here, this is telling me that you continue to do the same thing over and over, even though you know it's going to not turn out well for you. It's this sense of a growing conflict. And so I think that this is really telling me to, and especially with the Hierophant, let me do these together, because this Hierophant in your challenge position with the 3 of Swords is telling me that you're the bad advice that you perhaps continue to take, or your automatic thinking that you continue to rely on, keeps leading you down the same path to heartbreak. But what we want is for this Hierophant to be moved from the challenge position and into your opportunity position. And in order to do that, there is a need here, I believe, for, especially for healing, is what I'm getting from this Hierophant card. But there's a need to really listen to your spirit guides. I've been getting that so much lately, that there's this intuitive need. And I said that when I sat down, we need to use our intuition more than ever now. Talk to your spirit guides. Talk to them out loud if you want to. And pay attention to the signs that they give you. Because as I always say, you will be amazed at how they will talk to you and what they will show you. And then perhaps take their advice instead of the bad advice that perhaps you have been taking. With the Wheel of Fortune here, it's giving me the impression that you have had some good luck, but I think it's in your past. And you're relying on the fact that sometimes when this person or place or institution gave you advice, sometimes they were right. But most of the time with the 3 of Swords, they were wrong. So I think it feels like you're almost gambling. This wheel makes me think of like a roulette wheel, that it's like you're almost gambling that this advice, this old way of thinking, this way that you know is going to eventually pay off as long as you just keep spinning the wheel and keep seeing how that's going to go. But I feel like that's part of your old way of thinking. You have to release the fact that this just isn't working. It maybe it worked at one point in your life, but you're going through such a deep spiritual awakening with this judgment card that it's not going to work anymore. The universe is saying, no, whatever I gave you in the past, you're not going to get that anymore until you pass the test, because passing the test, learning the lessons is when the blessings really can come in and that wheel can start to turn for you again, like maybe perhaps it used to. So this is all about intuitive hits. This is about you paying attention to your intuitive hits. This is very, very clear to me, because the way that things stand right now, this is what you are manifesting. You are manifesting a 5 of Pentacles, and I don't want that for you. And I just saw 11:01 on my clock when I said that. But this is about rewiring the way that you think about things. Your long-term thinking about things right now is landing you stuck outside, feeling like an outsider, feeling like you don't belong. But you most likely are telling yourself that, or you're getting bad advice from someone else who's telling you that you're not good enough, you're not enough. Most of the time, if you're manifesting a 5 of Pentacles, it's your own inner self-talk that is doing it. It's your self-talk saying, I am not enough, I can't do it, I can't, I won't, I shouldn't, those types of things that you might not even realize that you're saying to yourself. But it's important for you to become aware of how you talk to yourself, which is why I think it's important to meditate, talk to your spirit guides, and really tap into your intuition. Because the energy that you're about to walk into, if you're continuing to stay in this lack mentality, is the 5 of Cups, which tells me the 5 of Cups is when you realize that you have missed something important, that you have missed a huge opportunity, and now you're going, oh my God, why did I do that? Why did I completely miss this opportunity that was right in front of me? And I think it's because you are telling yourself that you can't do it. And so this is what we want to talk about today, and getting you out of that mindset so you can really start to manifest the things that you want in your life. So and it doesn't matter what that is, but it's really embracing it from your heart space and telling yourself and telling your inner child that you are definitely enough, and that what you're saying to yourself with this 5 of Pentacles is not only not true, but it's old, it's outdated. And if there's a person telling you that is bad advice. Don't listen to them. That has reached its expiration date. So what I like about this 7 of Cups is that this is how you see yourself. You know that you have options in this situation. You know you haven't reached this 5 of Cups yet. This is your near future energy. But you can see that you do have options. You haven't lost sight of the fact that there are opportunities right in front of you that are yours for the taking. But the problem is you deciding what to choose. You know there are options in front of you, but I fear that you are about to choose the wrong thing, because I see this 5 of Cups in your future. And it could be the fix could be as simple as just listening to how you talk to yourself. And so this Hierophant here just makes me think that there is some kind of a relationship that you're in that is meant to teach you karmic lessons, which is why this wheel is showing up in your past. And that this person may trigger you. This person may make you feel a certain kind of way. There might be turmoil. And this person could be telling you you're not enough. This person could be telling you not to take those good opportunities. But your intuition, the 7 of Cups is a card of intuition. Your intuition should be your guide in helping you choose, and not let this person talk you out of something that you know your intuition and your heart really wants. Because if you let this person talk you out of it, then your near future energy of the 5 of Cups, where you're feeling like you should have done it, is the energy that you're about to walk into. So this is amazing. The world is here. The world is here. It showed up in this spread, and so is judgment. Judgment, as a reminder, you are being tested. The world being here tells me that the universe knows that you can pass this test. The universe 100% knows you not only will pass this test, but you're going to get a 100% on this test because you know this lesson. You've been down this road. You know that there are choices here. You still are seeing those choices, but maybe perhaps you're just not seeing that this person or your own way of thinking is stopping you from choosing the right one. The universe is saying if you tap into your intuition, if you ask your spirit guides, you will get 100% on this test. And it's really just about watching the way you speak to yourself and knowing that you are enough. This card tells me that your intuition knows that you are enough because you know that you still have all these opportunities. But whether it's the way you are telling yourself you're not enough, or perhaps you're listening to someone who is telling you you're not enough, that is the lesson, to stop that, to stop listening to them. So I also love this. This is a great spread, by the way. It doesn't feel like it's great because you're manifesting the Five of Pentacles, but there's so much you can do about that. That's why we do these spreads, so you can see what you're manifesting, so you can stop. The Queen of Swords here, this is you. And I think there's a little bit of your shadow self coming out here too, because I believe you want to cut this person out of your life. That's what the Queen of Swords in the Hierophant is generally can be about, a breakup or boundaries or cutting someone off or cutting someone out of your life or just being very direct about what you need from that person. But in this case, because it's someone who's giving you bad advice, this is reassuring to me that your inner Queen of Swords knows that this person is messing with your boundaries or giving you bad advice. There is a strong part of you who understands that, and that you feel as though this relationship is probably eroding a bit, which is why you're standing here and your Queen of Swords energy. But there's another part of you, a shadow part of you, that is afraid of your inner Queen of Swords because you don't want to let this relationship go. Perhaps there's a dependency. Perhaps there's an addiction to this person. This person, you might be all consumed in this person, or this person might be all consumed in you. It's like this habitual part of your life that you're not quite ready to use this sword to cut it off yet. But that's what we said at the beginning. That is the choice that you're being faced with. Do you remain small because you are perhaps addicted to this person or dependent on this person? That's the small choice of the Judgment card. The awakened choice, and it's always your choice, you have free will. The awakened choice is to draw a boundary, say that's enough, I'm not taking your bad advice anymore, because if I take your bad advice, I'm going to end up in the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, and I'm tired of being heartbroken over and over because I'm not choosing the right way. And again, since this World card is right here, we know that you can pass this test, but it's your free will. And then look at this. This is your potential outcome. So this is how I know this is not going to be difficult to tweak your manifestations. Currently, you're manifesting Five of Pentacles because of your small thinking and the bad advice that you're taking. Your potential outcome is the King of Pentacles. It couldn't be more opposite energy. And that's if you pass the test, because we said if you pass the test, that is when your blessings start to fly in. And the King of Pentacles blessings have flown in, trust me. So this is you sitting on your hill, looking over your mansion and your pasture and eating your chocolate cake and drinking your wine because you have so many blessings from the universe, because you chose correctly. You chose to say, no, I'm not listening to this bad advice anymore. I am enough, and I'm taking the opportunity that I feel intuitively drawn to take. I love that. I love that this King of Pentacles is your potential outcome. This is all about you overcoming all of these obstacles. There could be a power play going on here with this Hierophant too, which is making you feel like you're not enough. But it's really important for you to really, really tap into your Queen of Swords energy. Because that is the one thing that is standing between you and your wealth that the universe wants to bring in for you. This is a card of wealth. It just is. This is a boss. This is someone who took charge. This is someone who made progress. This is someone who made the right choice, and the universe wants to give you a high five in the form of money because you did the spiritual work and you understood that you are enough. And that is what the universe wants. That's all it wants, is for you to know what a badass you are. So let's look at some more tarot, because I'd like to see more of what you have going on, what energy you're in, and maybe we can get some advice. So wow, there's the 10 of Pentacles. This is you, and you know it. You know that there is something here. Whatever this is for you, make it make sense for you. But you know intuitively that some choice in here that you can make using your intuition only is going to pay off for you. It's your legacy, it's your purpose, it's your spiritual growth, but you're also going to be rewarded with money. It's the 10 of Pentacles, it's the King of Pentacles, and these pentacles just keep showing up here. The 5 of Pentacles here tells me you're headed down the wrong direction right now. You keep breaking your own heart. Go the other way. Don't take this person's advice. Use your inner Queen of Swords, and that is when everything is going to start pouring in for you. This seems pretty clear, but let's get a few more just to see if we missed anything. So there's the 8 of Pentacles, the Hermit. Remember, the Hermit popped out at the beginning, so I'm really glad the Hermit showed back up here. And that there's Judgment. We have Judgment twice too. That is a synchronicity, and let's not overlook that. This is about, you are most certainly being tested right now. This is your chance to spiritually awaken. The world is here. The universe knows you're going to get 100% on this test. Just take the test. Underneath this deck is the 9 of Cups. This is you using your intuition to expand and get everything that your heart desires. And if it is in the form of money, it looks like that's coming in because of you're doing the work and you're going to pass the test. So this is asking you to focus on whatever this is, whatever this thing that you are being drawn to intuitively, whatever the universe is calling you to do, if it's your life's work, if it's your spiritual path, something that you are working diligently on or have been called to work diligently on that maybe you haven't started yet, you're being asked to focus on doing just that. Start working. So if, for example, just an example, if you're being called to write a book, but this person who's giving you bad advice is saying, no, you can't write a book. You're a terrible writer. Don't do that. Use your intuition. Understand that these 10 of Pentacles are yours. Start writing the book. That's what the 8 of Pentacles means. Start writing the book. If you're focusing on that, then you're going to be more inclined to realize after you write a page, after you write a chapter, you're going to start telling yourself, wait a second, I am enough. I can do this. I am doing this. So the Hermit is showing up here in your challenge position. And I was wondering how this Hermit was going to pay off for us. The Hermit's here in your challenge position, and that's because I think that is going to be the hardest part of this lesson for you, is getting quiet and listening to yourself. The more you listen to this person who's giving you bad advice, the less you're going to hear your own thoughts and the less you're going to hear your own intuition. So it's hard. It's hard to get your thoughts straight. It's hard to meditate when there's someone barking in your ear. So that is going to be your challenge, for you to really get quiet, try to isolate yourself, try to spend time alone. Even if you're just laying in bed at night with the lights out, meditate, talk to your spirit guides. They hear you all the time. And if you ask them for help, they will help you. And you ask them for the answer, they will help you. And that's what this test is all about, because that's the advice here. The advice here is coming through twice as Judgment, saying, take the test. You're going to pass it. Take the test. The world is here. The King of Pentacles is here. The 10 of Pentacles is here. The 9 of Cups is here. Take the test. Wow. So let's do a few big picture oracle cards. We'll start closing this message out. So there's the ship, the tree, and the tower. So this is very clear to me with the tree in the middle. This is your ancestors. Your ancestors are here. Your ancestors are saying, please help us break these ancestral patterns. This has been going on too long in our lineage. That's what the tree is telling me, that you are the one to break this pattern, to say no to these people who tell us we're not enough. And this ship with the tower coming through, the tower is a card of isolation and meditation. And the ship is about moving your spiritual journey forward. So this is just more synchronicity, more confirmation that in order to move your journey forward, in order to pass the test, and in order to get all of your blessings in the form of the King of Pentacles, is to really use your intuition, spend time alone, isolate yourself, ask your guides, and try to tune out the opinion of whoever this is who thinks that you are not enough. So let's get 2 chakra cards and then we will finish this reading, because chakra energy is what I do. So we have sacral with overindulgent, and then we have earth star with unapproachable. So first of all, let's talk about these and then we can talk about working on healings. The sacral with overindulgent is really that same energy that I was picking up before about perhaps you being addicted to this person or needing this person or being codependent on this person, which is why you continue to take their bad advice even when you know it's bad advice. This color for your sacral is way too light of a color. I would like to see more light coming into your sacral, which means that you have closed down your sacral a bit. It's unbalanced and there's not enough light coming into your auric field for your sacral. And then with the earth star with unapproachable, this is more telling me that you're not grounded enough in your energy. And in order to bring in your intuition, to bring in your intuitive hits, there's a real need for you to be grounded too. So I think in this case, let's focus on your sacral, because I would rather you have your creative parts of your auric field open and ready to create, because that's what we sort of talked about at the beginning, was getting these intuitive hits so that you can start creating your 8 of Pentacles, so that you can receive your 10 of Pentacles and become the King of Pentacles. So if you are interested in a free Reiki healing for your sacral chakra, I will put one in the comments and in the description. But also, in the Raise Your Vibe in 5 book, there's a whole section for the sacral chakra. And this exercise is a good one. If you're able to eat mango, this says eat some mango if you're able to, and this is specifically for the sacral chakra. So in general, eating foods that are an orange color, so oranges or sweet potatoes or mangoes if you can, whatever you can eat that is orange juice is fine. Orange foods are very good for your sacral and to help add some light into that sacral, to help balance it and open it up. But again, if you're interested in that free sacral healing, just look for it in the comments and in the description. So let me know if this message was resonant for you, please. And as always, if you want to tell me your sign or your question in the comments, I am always happy to do bonus readings. So I'm always happy to do a bonus reading for your sign, or if you have a specific question, I'm happy to do that too. So please let me know how this reading was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.